Welcome to another episode of Weekly Update following Matrimony. I'm your humble host, Bobby. If you don't know me by now, then you haven't watched your show, and that is an outrage. I'm joined by my best pal Vader down here, who's sleeping it off, so clearly he's not going to be a very host. Oh, there he is. He pokes his head up. He joined us, and along with Tiffany and Muppets and all the other nonsense in this room. This week... First of all, I want to apologize. We weren't able to do TV Tuesday this week. Mrs. Blakey had some meetings and things for work that took precedent, obviously, so that we can live in our home. So I had to allow that for once, as if I allow anything. She does whatever she wants. She's in charge, really. We all know that. So we're going to be back next week with an all-new episode of TV Tuesdays. So if those that missed it, I apologize. We'll get caught up next week. I don't know if we'll do a longer show or what. We'll get one up there. But today, we're back for our normal weekly update. Talk about all the different things that have gone on in the world of entertainment, or at least the ones I want to talk about. This show is basically for a little quick snippet of what's on our website and what might be out in the interwebs of news and information that you may care about. You may not. But here, you don't have to search it. You can watch us for once and just take care of it. So we'll go ahead and get started. First of all, we unleashed a couple of trailers on our YouTube channel right here today that we're kind of excited. One was Gemini Man, the second trailer. It's Will Smith and Ang Lee film. I actually think it looks kind of cool, especially with the second trailer. We also posted a behind-the-scenes featurette of how they did the dual Will Smiths, which we've seen that kind of thing a lot. This just seemed a little more, it didn't seem different, but it is different. It's kind of hard to explain. Just kind of watch it. It kind of looks to me like a return to form for Will Smith. So maybe we're getting our old Will Smith back, which we all love our Will Smith. We also dropped the first trailer for Zombieland 2, Zombieland Double Tap, which I believe the first one came out in 2009. And so we've been sitting here eagerly waiting. They kept talking about making a second one. If you've never seen Zombieland, it's a fun zombie horror action comedy film starring Woody Harrelson, Emma Stone, Jesse Eisenberg, Abigail Breslin. And it's funny because all of them are now either Academy Award winners or nominees. And so the new trailer plays up on that. And it's pretty smart because it's the kind of film that you expect those kind of actors to do early in their career, not so much now, but they obviously had a good time and they came back to do it, and it looks fun. There's some stuff in it that looks like it was kind of fan service or kind of forcing a joke, but I think it's going to work out. I think it looks hilarious. I think it looks awesome. We'll see what happens, but you can check it out here on our YouTube channel, Zombieland. I keep wanting to just say Zombieland 2. Zombieland Double Tap. That trailer is now available. The other big one I want to talk about, it's not big, but it's a big deal. We've mentioned it on some of our shows. I posted about it. There's a remake for the 1977 David Cronenberg movie Rabid that is being made by the Soska sisters, Jen and Sylvia, who are great filmmakers. They did Dead Hooker in the Trunk. They did See No Evil 2, Vendetta. They had the TV show Elevator. I mean, they've done a lot more than that. That's just off the top of my brain. These are two people that I had a chance to meet at Texas Frightmare a couple of years back. They're lovely, lovely ladies. I got to interview them and talk to them a little bit. They're very passionate about their work, and they made this remake for Rabid, starring Laura Vandervoort. I can never say it right. She played Supergirl in Smallville, and then I believe she was on the TV show V as well. Anyway, what's a big deal about this movie, outside of them remaking a David Cronenberg movie, which is a big deal, I would assume, for any filmmaker, especially in the horror genre, they dropped a trailer a while back, which looks really good. And then I believe it's debuting at Fright Fest in August. And they've been trying to promote it. It's a smaller independent film, so they're kind of hitting the bricks, and they're always right in there of promoting their own stuff and really pushing their films and their passion for it. And in turn, I feel the need to try to push and be passionate for them because, one, I like what they do. I like them as people and as filmmakers. But I love seeing that they have so much passion that they want to hit the ground running. It's not just make the film, let the studios and the PR people do the work, and we'll be back when it's time to talk about it. They're right there in it. And what's happened is they dropped a banner sometime back, I believe it was for Fright Fest, with imagery from the movie Rabid to promote it. And then they got booted off of Twitter because the effects are so good that I'm assuming they looked at it as gruesome, whatever mutilation or something that you can't show on Twitter, yet you can show porn, which makes no sense to me. Like, I don't believe in censorship anyway. I think anybody should be able to post what they wanted. Obviously not putting something that's perverted or gory on a kid's site. But if you're allowing one thing, you should be allowing the other thing, in my opinion. Now, if they're showing real decapitations and real people being murdered and that kind of, that's different. This was obviously a banner for a convention. It was obviously a film. Even if they confused it because the effects were so great, there should have been a question, hey, what is this imagery? Not just ban, right? So a bunch of the fans were open arms. We're trying to defend them. They were going to social media. They were doing interviews. They were talking about it. They got their ban lifted. So we're back into production, back into promotion stage. Everybody was excited to do it again. And then they did it again. Now, I haven't researched now. I don't know if they're back up again yet. All I do know is a brand new poster for the film Rabid dropped today, which we shared it on our website at HollywoodMatrimony.com. And you should check it out. And it's one of those things that even if you don't care about seeing the movie Rabid, I think you should be helping promote it, strictly because there shouldn't be censorship. They should not be censoring something that's a film in a place where they're allowing people to post porn, post hateful comments, post stuff. You know, there's been people that have driven off Twitter because of people's racism and people's discussion, people from Star Wars, when the backlash for Last Jedi hit, the young lady that plays Rose, she left Twitter because of the way they treated her. Excuse me, Daisy Ridley had left Twitter at one point. I believe, who was it, James Wan, I think, even the guy who directed Aquaman and the Saw franchise and Conjuring and Insidious, he even left Twitter at one point because of backlash of stuff or nonsense. So I wanted a verbal shout out to the Soska sisters. I know I'm only one person, but I've got your back. I'm going to be there to try to promote whatever you do, whether it's this movie or anything else, because I love you guys. I love your films. I cannot wait to see Rabid. I'm bummed that I can't be at that premiere. But just get out there, help promote it. Go to our YouTube channel, find the trailer for Rabid, and just share it. You don't have to watch it if you don't care. Just share it. Get the word out for these ladies because they've worked hard on this film, and it just sucks that people are doing something stupid for it. I don't know if it was being flagged by an individual that's trying to stop them or if it was Twitter itself. Either way, it's wrong, and I'm going to keep pushing it. So you may see me push this Rabid trailer a little more than anything else, and that's one of the reasons why. It's because I think they're unjustly being punished and attacked over something that's just a movie, and a movie that hadn't even come out yet, for that matter. So moving on. The other thing is a trailer for this movie called The Fanatic, not just Fanatic, Fanatic. It basically the whole play on words because the movie starring John Travolta, Devon Sawa, I believe, and I believe it's written and directed by Fred Durst, the lead singer of Limp Bizkit. And it's one of those that's about a crazy fan, like the movie The Fan. Was it Robert De Niro and Wesley Snipes? I think it was. But it's a crazy fan, but it looks really great. It's one of those John Travolta movies that it doesn't seem like a part John Travolta would have taken. And if you see him in the trailer, he's like kind of a crazy fan. Like, I just want an autograph on him, but he's nutty. And he even has him dressed as Jason Voorhees at one point, like he's going to kill somebody. It looks like a movie that's going to be either really, really great or it might not work. But I think it looks great. So if you check it out, I haven't posted it to our channel yet, but if you can find it, go find the trailer for The Fanatic. I will share an article or something about it as soon as possible, probably today at some point. So if you just be on the watch of our website, you'll find it. Another thing that came out is Vin Diesel. He's in the process of shooting Fast and Furious 9. And there's been a lot of videos that have come out that he just posted, I think it was Twitter the other day, that there's actually a script for the 4th entry to the Riddick franchise. I think it's called Riddick Furia, which I think is the home planet where Riddick's character is from. If you don't know what Riddick is, he starred in a movie called Pitch Black. Point Blank is not a Vin Diesel movie. Pitch Black a few years ago, where his character was kind of a secondary villain to the movie. He was very prominent. It was about him and a whole crew, and he was like a prisoner, and he could see at night, and there was aliens. So it was really about this crew surviving. And then what happened is it did well enough that it spawned a whole franchise, and then they made the Chronicles of Riddick, which was a bigger production. It was very sci-fi Lord of the Rings-ish. I don't think it did as well. I like it for what it is. I believe Carl Urban's in it. Tandy Newton, I believe, is in it. And Vin Diesel, and now he's front and center. You get a little more with the character Riddick. And then that kind of ended, and it looked like the franchise was dead. And then, jump a few years later, they made the movie Riddick, which was him, Dave Bautista, Katie Sackhoff, and I honestly don't remember who else is. But I really liked it. It was a smaller, toned down, grittier, more violent version of the film, and it kind of sparked the franchise again. Again, I don't know how well that one did. I really liked Pitch Black, and I really like Riddick. Chronicle Riddick is fine. It's just those two other ones worked better for me. They're smaller. They just seem more intimate, more to the character. That big aspect of the other one, I think, kind of threw me off. So I'm really hoping this actually gets made. Right now, there's just a script. Just because there's a script doesn't mean we're going to get it. Hopefully we will, because I would love to see a new Riddick movie. I just love the character. Even if it's a bad Riddick movie, I love the character and like to see it. The other one is they dropped the final trailer for Angel Has Fallen, the third in the Fallen category trilogy, if you will, because we had Olympus Has Fallen, then we had London Has Fallen, now we have Angel Has Fallen, starring Gerard Butler, Morgan Freeman. This new one also has Jada Pinkett Smith in it, and it's if you haven't seen any of them, I really like the first two. They're great action movies. It was the first one came out the year that when movies come out, there's a lot of times there's 2 or 3 movies of the same genre or the same idea in that year. So like that year it had Olympus Has Fallen, which was that one. Then it had the Jamie Foxx Channing Tatum one, which was called White House Down. They were essentially the same movie. Both of them were terrorists attacking the White House, and one guy, like Secret Service type guy, protecting the president. The Gerard Butler, I think it's Aaron Eckhart, played the president in that one. That one was the more hardcore, gritty action violence. Channing Tatum, Jamie Foxx was more of the hardcore action, but with a little more lighthearted comedy as well. It wasn't a comedy; it was an action movie, but it had the more kind of Lethal Weapon thing, where the other one was really a lot more gritty violence. But for whatever reason, Olympus Has Fallen has spawned a franchise that I love. I loved Olympus Has Fallen. I love London Has Fallen. So I'm really looking forward to Angel Has Fallen, which in this time around, Gerard Butler's accused of an attempted assassination on Morgan Freeman's president, so now he's on the run. So now instead of him protecting people in every movie, now somebody needs to protect him, I guess. Nick Nolte's in it as well. So the final trailer for that dropped. I believe it hits in August. So some sad news, which I was going to talk about on TV Tuesdays, but since we didn't do the episode, we'll bring it up again next week and kind of discuss it. But Netflix has officially canceled Designated Survivor, which it saved for season 3 after the first 2 seasons got aired on Fox, and then it was saved and it went to Netflix. They've canceled it after the 3rd season. So fans of that show, sorry, it's over. I don't think it'll be saved again. Usually Netflix is kind of the last show of saving. The other one, kind of big sad news. Actor Rutger Hauer died. He was 76. I don't know. I didn't go back and research how he died. I know I read a small article that said that he had suffered from some kind of a short illness and he passed away due to that. And so it sounds to me like it might have been kind of quick. But I don't know. I could be completely wrong on that. I just know that I was pretty bummed out about it because I was a fan. I wasn't a fan of a lot of the probably the bigger movies he did, but I don't know. It depends on, like, I love Blade Runner, but that's not really to me one of my most memorable Rutger Hauer movies. I love movies like Blind Fury with him and Sho Kosugi. I loved The Hitcher. I believe it's him and C. Thomas Howell. If you've never seen The Hitcher, you need to check it out. That movie's awesome. Hobo with a Shotgun, which was one of his later movies, was just a weird, ridiculous, violent action, something or other. I even have this cool poster right here that's basically this is Rutger Hauer here. It's autographed by the director. Sadly, I was hoping to meet Rutger Hauer one day and get this signed by him, which obviously is not going to happen now. But Hobo with a Shotgun, if you haven't seen it, it is not a movie for everyone. So I'll just tell you this. You may watch about halfway through and go, this is crap. It's a very strange, bizarre, dirty, not perverted, but dirty, looking film in the best possible way, with blood galore and just strange characters. It's just really weird. But anyway, he did a ton of stuff. Lady Hawk. I mean, we could go on Nighthawks with him and Sylvester Stallone, which I heard that they were talking about trying to make a TV series of. So who knows? But it's sad to hear that he passed. He was like the ultimate villain and a great actor. So rest in peace to Rutger Hauer. Also, mentioning Nighthawks, they had also talked about not long ago. Stallone mentioned that they were trying to develop a Cobra series, which Cobra is one of my favorite Stallone movies. Again, not one of the biggest successes. I know they meant for that to be a franchise and it didn't happen. But they've talked about hopefully building a Cobra series. I don't think it would star Stallone, just like Nighthawks probably wouldn't star him, but hopefully get cameos of some sort. But I know an article Stallone mentioned that he was trying to get his production company. He really wants to become the Blumhouse of action films. And I could see that because he's got the history, he's got he's still churning them out. We got Rambo: Last Blood coming, so he's still making them in the same vein of the Stallone world. Since Rambo's getting ready to get here, we all thought that Creed 2 was the final entry of the Rambo saga. We probably just start seeing Creed do his own thing if they got any more movies. Well, apparently there is a Rambo 7 in the works, not necessarily Creed 3, but a Return to Rocky. For Rambo's episode 7. I don't know what you want to call it. I don't think it has a title or even done yet. They haven't started filming. I don't even know if there's a script, but it's a Rambo 7. This time we would find him, from what the little bit I've heard, he meets a young boxer, a kid who I guess is a legal immigrant of some sort. So it's another case of playing into society. Stallone's notorious for that with the Rocky movies and even the Rambo movies on some level, where he kind of takes something that's going on in society or the world and tries to infuse that into the story. So in this case, we're dealing with a lot of the illegal immigrant situation and the border crisis and all those kind of things. And no matter what side of the fence you're on that you believe, it's a problem for everyone. And the way we're treating it is not the right way it should be treated. So it's interesting to say that, hold on, come here, dog. Hold on, let me let him out so he'll shut up. You go deal with that. Hurry up, go. It's interesting. Sorry. It's interesting to hear what he has to say about that and how that can infuse into this story. So we'll see if it happens. Apparently, there's also a Rocky prequel series. I don't understand how that's going to work because the original Rocky was about his rise, unless they do something that's more about his being young and learning to box and becoming, because when we first meet Rocky in the original movie, he's already a fighter. You know, he's a collections for, I don't know if it's the mob, but it's some guy, a bookie or whatever. And he's fighting, but he's kind of a punching bag for the most part. He's not, I don't guess he's winning a lot of fights, or who knows. So who knows? Maybe it's something about that, the younger years of him becoming a boxer and fighter and learning and his roots. And I don't know if I care about that. I like, don't get me wrong, I'd love to see, a Rocky character running around smacking people from making collections, but I would have rather seen that be Stallone. So we'll see. I think that's going to be probably about it. There's not a lot of other stuff that, there's a lot of other news. I just don't know if there's enough that I really care about beyond that, that I want to talk about right now. There is like a Criterion collection of Godzilla movies coming out, so that's something that might be super stoked for people. And then of course there's a lot of trailers for the new CW shows that are coming back. There was big news, and I think we talked about it a little bit in relation to CW news. I don't know if it's really a spoiler because they made a public announcement about it, but they're doing the Crisis of Infinite Earth, and for anybody that watches all the CW shows, that was promoted as going to be the next crossover, so we already knew that. But they recently made the announcement that Brandon Routh was going to be returning as Superman. He played Superman in Superman Returns, so that was out of Comic-Con. Now it's been said that Tom Welling from Smallville was going to be returning as Superman. Linda Carter was going to be supposedly returning as Wonder Woman. And Burt Ward was going to be returning, I'm assuming, as Robin. Burt Ward was Robin in the 60s Batman. So we'll see how all that plays out. Obviously, they're going to be older versions of him. Makes me curious if they're going to do like some of the Kingdom Come stuff and bring that into the different universes, or if they're going to be doing some of the just brand new stuff. So we'll see. Anyway, that's all for now. Hopefully you checking out some of our other new shows. We've got Mondays, Martial Arts Movie Mondays, where I try to do a deep dive breakdown into a martial arts film. Sometimes it's just going to be a flat review and a quick discussion. Other times, if there's stuff that has bigger stories, we're going to talk about those. They're all movies in my collection, stuff I own, so it's not just running out and reading a movie and watching it, stuff that I will have in hand to show you. And if I don't have it, we ain't talking about it. So if you want to hear what my thoughts on a movie like that, shoot me a message, and if I find it, I will find it, I will watch it, I will review it if I don't already own it. But we're kind of going as somewhat alphabetical order. There will be some side stuff between like movies that are just coming out that week we may talk about instead. Movies that, like, if it has to do with a film that's coming out in theaters, like obviously Once Upon a Time in Hollywood hitting theaters this Friday. So who knows? Maybe I'll dive into Kill Bill for this week since it's directly related to Quentin Tarantino. Who knows? Maybe not. I don't know. I had another one I was going to talk about. So, so we have Monday. We have Hollywood Matrimony Mondays, Martial Arts Movie Mondays. Tuesdays is still Hollywood Matrimony's TV Tuesdays that we're going to try to get back to this week. Both shows will be mid-afternoon some point, so there's no specific time, but have no fear if you don't live. There's still an option to watch it later on, which is probably better because then you can pause me to shut me up when you want me to. Then obviously you'll be right back here next Thursday for the Hollywood Matrimony Weekly Update, which will be all the things going on that I decide that you need to know about, or something that I found important. If I don't find it important, then you can search it yourself. If there's something you want me to research, if there's a certain actor, a character, a movie that you want more information about, I have no problem doing the research for you, and I can talk about it on the show for you to listen, and then you can sit back, drink your coffee, watch your TV, do your job, go outside in this nice summer sun and swim, and I can do the work for you, and you can just listen. And then on Sundays, 7 p.m. Central, we have our Hollywood Matrimony Live, where we simulcast between right here on this YouTube channel as well as our Facebook Live on our Facebook page of Hollywood Matrimony, where this week we'll be talking about Johnny Depp's movie The Professor, the new movie from the Critters franchise, Critters Attack, the Quentin Tarantino movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and so much more that it will blow your mind. Probably not. So make sure you join us. Please, please, please share this, not necessarily this video, but share out to your friends our YouTube channel. Help us get some subscribers. Share out our website at HollywoodMatrimony.com, where you can find news, reviews, contests, giveaways. We're currently having a contest to give away digital copies of Avengers Endgame, as well as a couple of others and some others coming soon. Check us out on the Twitter at Hollywood Matter, M-A-T-R, and on the Instagram at Hollywood Matrimony, as well as Hollywood Matrimony Facebook page. We're everywhere, yet we are nowhere. So help us get more out there. So be sure, click over here, subscribe to this YouTube channel. You can pop over here. You can watch the Rabid trailer that I'm going to put up there once again just to keep promoting it. And until next time, I will see you then. Have a wonderful weekend. Peace.